Right now at 5, authorities in Pittsburgh search for a suspect in a weekend shooting.
And we had a number of severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings. Much calmer this morning. We're going to take a look at the damage left behind coming up.
Plus, Joplin fire officials provide tips about what to do after a severe storm strikes your neighborhood.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. So we had severe thunderstorm warnings last night. We had tornado warnings through the overnight. I know many of you have either not slept or have slept very little in the last couple hours since those storms rolled through. We've got a lot to kind of cover in terms of what went down last night. And one of the things that we are going to begin with, I believe, is some video from Shannon Becker. Okay, so I wanted to, like I said, we're getting all this together, so I just wanted to make sure I'm on the same page as everyone in the control room. So this is from Joplin. This is an overturned truck in the parking lot at Planet Fitness. Some minor damage here at Lowe's. I'm not entirely certain what this building is, but you can see some damage there. This billboard, this is at about 13th and Range Line, bent over. There's a tree down in a neighborhood here. That's another view of that billboard that's been bent over here on Range Line. And then when this, if this loops again, what I wanted to show you as well is the video initially of what appears to be the tornado. Now, you may remember with the warning, we had the radar confirmed tornado, and that's what ended up triggering the warnings as this storm lifted off into the Carthage area and points north. It continued up into Jasper County, Barton County, St. Clair, Cedar counties out there, and that was what is believed caused this damage. Now, again, this is all initial assessments so far. So now what we'll do is we'll take a quick look. We're good. We're going to take a quick look here now at what went down with the storms as they rolled through. Now, well to our east, this is just over the last 4 hours with this impressive line. We talked about it yesterday, what was expected. This line rolled through. Unfortunately, it did exactly what we figured it would do. It brought an extreme amount of severe weather to the area and a number of damage reports as well. I've got a note here. I'm going to get to this note here in just a moment. Take a look at all of these damage reports. All these orange circles are wind damage reports. The green are wind gusts, and the red tornado reports. And of course, we had the damage in the Bartlesville area and the Barnesdale area where a powerful tornado swept through in that area down there. Damage on the north side of Bartlesville around the Hampton Inn, and in some cases, total devastation around the Barnesdale area out there. Some injuries as well being reported. And then in our zone, take a look at what that one storm did. Look at all of these wind damage reports just from that one storm as it rolled through. Now, some of it is ultimately likely going to be from straight line winds. We had significant wind gusts with this line as it rolled through. However, National Weather Service teams will undoubtedly be coming out today to assess the damage and determine, which of this damage is from straight line winds and what damage is from a possible tornado. And again, at the beginning of Shannon's video, you saw that tornado there. And we want to let folks know this just came down as well. The city of Joplin will be holding a press conference at City Hall at 9 a.m. They're going to discuss so far what they've learned and what their initial cleanup plan is as well. And that's at 9 o'clock. And of course, we'll have coverage of that for you as well. We do have that severe threat as we head into tomorrow as well, along a cold front with showers and thunderstorms expected to develop out there. And again, those could be strong to severe. We'll take a look at detail at that here in just a few minutes. Quick look at temperatures. A little cooler out to the west, upper 50s, low 60s now out here in our area. Kids getting on the bus. A few clouds, a bit breezy. South winds gusting to 25. We'll be mid 60s out there. And we'll be sunny. Press the wrong button, but that's all right. Sunny by the time the kids get home. Skies clearing. Southwest winds gusting upwards of 25 and temperatures into the upper 70s. So again, a lot to go over. We'll recap these storms and we'll have a look at tomorrow's severe threat in the full forecast here in a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, we'll check in with you soon, Chris. Well, after severe weather strikes and you've made sure you and your family are safe, you might get the urge to inspect the damage to your property and your neighbors. However, it's important to take things slow to make sure it's safe. Joplin fire officials say even they assess the scene before beginning rescue efforts in damaged areas.
typically what happens is that we will move into an area and begin assessing and starting initial rescue efforts. And as the scene continues in these larger disaster events, we will start asking for volunteers from the public, and we'll organize them and we'll use them in areas that we can kind of extend our capabilities that way.
Officials also say you should be aware of hazards in your home like exposed nails and broken glass. Don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. The KOAM Skywatch weather app. Authorities in Pittsburgh are searching for a suspect they say was involved in an early Sunday morning shooting. The Crawford County Sheriff's Office was notified after a man, 34-year-old Keith Mitchell of Pittsburgh, went to Ascension Via Christi Hospital with a gunshot wound around 2 a.m. Sunday. Deputies determined the shooting happened on South 220th Street by the Meadowbrook Mall. Mitchell is expected to survive. Now authorities are looking for 34-year-old Stephen Taylor Jr. of Pittsburgh. They say he was last seen driving a blue-gray 2015 Jeep Compass with Kansas tags number 269SCR. If you have any information about his whereabouts, contact the Sheriff's Office. The city of Pittsburgh is bringing back its homebuyer assistance program. KOAM Samantha Walker explains what this program offers and what the city hopes it accomplishes.
The City of Joplin has announced the creation of the Joplin Homebuyer Assistance Program 2. The program was originally offered during the city's tornado recovery efforts. Now the city is bringing it back, using funds from the American Rescue Plan Act grant. The city says the purpose of the program is to improve opportunities for home ownership for low and moderate income families.
We always have a need in Joplin to provide more affordable housing. With the economy the way it is, with just the cost of living increases lately, anything that you can do to help get a family into a home that they own, that they can be proud of, and start building equity, it's just a great assistance for them.
Program funding can be used to provide financial assistance for a down payment and closing costs up to $40,000.
It's just a great benefit for any size family, low income, get you in a house you can own.
The president of the Ozark Gateway Association of Realtors says housing programs like this can help make home buying more affordable and also help real estate in the area.
It will help sales in the city of Joplin. You know, we don't have a lot of homes currently on the market, so maybe this will encourage sellers to list their homes. I do think this will, of course, encourage buyers to come out and put offers on these properties that we've had that maybe have set a little bit, that might qualify again for the program.
She says she's already had several families reach out about the application. Applicants are encouraged by the city to talk with their preferred home mortgage lender to see if they're a good fit for the program. Reporting in Joplin, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
The city of Joplin says the program will remain open as funding is available or until the application deadline closes in 2026. You can learn more about how to apply on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Now to look at this morning's top stories in weather in our first 7 minutes coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Lebanon County senior Caden O'Brien signs to play college volleyball in the 4 states. Plus, bakers in France have broken the Guinness World Record for the longest baguette ever. And we have a warm and a partly cloudy day today. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. And you're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
I'm Josh. Get Flex Caulk at FlexSealProducts.com.
Early yesterday morning, Pittsburgh State softball gathers in its team room to watch the NCAA tournament selection show. The Gorillas enter the day very confident they'll hear their name called, but not knowing what their seed would be. The Gorillas get exactly what they were hoping for. They are the #1 seed and host for the central region of the NCAA tournament, which means all Pitt State's first, second, and third round games would be at home. After losing the MIAA tournament championship game in extra innings this weekend, the Gorillas are even more determined to finish their season strong.
It wasn't a good feeling, and I think that we wore that pretty good. So, yeah, it definitely gives us something to work for. We don't want that to happen again, especially on our home field. So, yeah, motivation for sure.
Hosting is absolutely amazing. I don't know if we knew that. I knew that we were going to make a regional. It wasn't an option not to make one for us. It was on our beginning of the year goals, that we were going to have an extended season. We were going to continue to play, but getting to host is just a dream come true.
In Altamont yesterday afternoon, Lebec County High School holds a ceremony for one of its top senior athletes who will play at the collegiate level right here in the 4 states. Lebec County High School senior Kaiten O'Brien signs her letter of intent to play volleyball at Coffeyville Community College. Future Red Raven says the recruiting process between her and head coach Candy Midget came together very quickly and recently.
Actually, she just reached out to me not very long ago because she's a new coach there, and I went on a visit immediately, and I really liked the campus and stuff. I had offers for all 3 of my sports, and I could not pick until recently, and then I feel like I'll enjoy Coffeyville the most because I love volleyball.
Yesterday evening is the semifinal round of the high school softball district playoffs for classes 1 and 2 in Missouri. Several of our local teams try to punch their ticket to the championship. Starting in Class 1 District 6, the top seed Liberal will play for a district championship. The Lady Bulldogs take down Jasper 11-4 in the semifinals. Liberal plays at 5 p.m. tonight on its home field for the right to hoist a district championship trophy. The Lady Bulldogs will face 3-seed Lockwood. Meanwhile, over in the Class 2 District 6 semifinals, Mount Vernon outlasts East Newton 5-4. The Lady Mountaineers were the hosts for this tournament, advanced to the district championship game, which is scheduled for this evening at 5:30. In that game, they're guaranteed to face a team they've already played this year. Lady Mountaineers will face the Lady Wildcats of Diamond. They beat Lamar 8-1 in last night's semifinal. Tonight's Class 2 District 6 championship game will be the 3rd meeting between these 2 teams. Diamond won both games 9-4 and 9-5, but those were both back in March. Still to come, an experimental gene therapy could help restore blindness for some patients. Plus, we'll have another look at your forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns.
Theater. Call the office or visit our website to get your tickets.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 5:17 on this Tuesday morning. A tumultuous night of severe weather and tornado warnings across the area. And of course, now assessing potential tornado damage within the city of Joplin with what ultimately became a radar-confirmed tornado just east of the city heading up toward Carthage. So there will be National Weather Service survey teams out there assessing that damage. And of course, the city itself assessing the damage. They'll be holding a press conference this morning at 9. We'll bring you the latest on that. We also, of course, got a lot more rain out there in areas that have barely recovered from the last several rounds of heavy rain. So we have a number of flood warnings and advisories across the area. Here's a look at the rain. Some heavier rain out Elk Chautauqua County up toward Chanute, south of Yates Center. You go south of I-44, even heavier rain, upwards of 5 inches in some locations south of I-44. And we're not done with the severe threat yet. We had the morning thunderstorms. Those are gone, and later this morning, this will clear as well. However, we have a low elevated to enhanced risk for strong to severe thunderstorms as we head into our Wednesday across the area. Now, the primary concern with these storms will be wind and hail, but an isolated tornado cannot be ruled out with this activity. So let's talk about that. First, today, we're going to have an opportunity to assess, to do some cleanup, see what went down last night, and make plans to go ahead and move forward because it's going to be pretty decent. Skies are going to clear pretty quickly this morning. Sunny, temperatures warm, upper 70s. The only thing we got to deal with is a gusty southwest wind pushing 25 miles an hour. Then we head into tomorrow. There's been some conflict on the models, but around 8 a.m. or so is when we're expecting showers and thunderstorms to develop along a cold front. Now, this future track has slowed that down a bit, but I think that 8 a.m. time frame is going to be still on track. And we'll have scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head into the late morning, afternoon, and possibly some redevelopment right along that front as it slides through in the evening. And at any time during the day tomorrow with any of those thunderstorms, they could be strong, possibly severe. So we're going to have to keep another eye on that for you. Right now, temperatures across the area, we're in the upper 50s out in parts of southeastern Kansas, low 60s out in parts of southwest Missouri and stretching into northeastern Oklahoma. Again, we're going to be a bit breezy out there with those southwest winds. Otherwise, skies will begin to clear through the morning. We'll make the low 70s by 11. That is ahead of highs today. Again, upper 70s to right around 80 degrees out there. Sunny skies, so not too bad across the area. And again, at least some dry weather, an opportunity to, again, go out, clean up, make some assessments and see what we need to do. I know on social media, a number of photos from around the Joplin area. In Joplin, Duquesne area, I know there are rural areas near Carthage that suffered damage. Down south, Newton County, we have a lot of straight line wind damage. So there will be a lot to assess throughout the day today. And we'll bring you all the latest throughout the day and on the KOAM news as we go into this evening. Again, clear skies through the evening hours. We'll fall back into the upper 50s. And tomorrow, between storms, we're still warm, upper 70s, but that cold front will have a bit of an impact on our temperatures back into the 50s, low 50s for our lows. Not too bad heading into the weekend. Sunny skies out there, temperatures about normal. We warm back up heading into next week. More thunderstorm chances next Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Poor quality exteriors.
Topping Health Watch this morning. An experimental gene therapy restored some vision in a small group of patients with a form of inherited blindness. That's according to trial results published Monday in the New England Journal of Medicine. 14 patients underwent a surgical procedure that involved injecting the gene editing therapy under the retina of one of their eyes. Researchers said most of the trial participants had meaningful improvement in their vision 3 months later. They said the results were sustained during subsequent visits and there were no serious side effects. The researchers said this offers proof that gene editing can be used to treat inherited retinal disorders. However, they note that the therapy remains experimental and should be tested on a larger group of people. It's Mental Health Awareness Month, and while you may know that taking care of your social, emotional, and mental well-being is good for you, did you know that it's also important for your heart health? Mandy Gaither explains how prioritizing mental health can also help prevent heart disease.
Eating a healthy diet and staying active, both good for your heart, but so is taking care of your mental health.
How you're feeling can directly affect your cardiovascular health and wellness.
Cardiologist Dr. Fred St. Gore with El Camino Health says many patients don't know the two go hand in hand. A 2022 report from the American Heart Association suggests social isolation and loneliness may raise the risk of having and even dying from a heart attack or stroke.
It's pretty clear why. And that is the level of stress, and stress which then leads to inflammation, which then leads to cardiovascular disease, is clearly and well documented to be higher in individuals who are either lonely or socially isolated.
While loneliness can be felt by anyone, St. Gore says it's significant in seniors, especially those who have lost a partner or friends, and in teens who spend a lot of time on devices instead of socializing in person.
The responsibility is really on the healthcare community to make sure that we get this message out, that our patients are well educated, well informed of the benefits of all these cardiovascular risk factor interventions.
St. Gore says that includes management of blood pressure, glucose levels, and cholesterol, good nutrition, weight management, regular exercise, and social activity.
We have a lot of different ways of intervening, certainly with pharmacology, with nutrition, but overall, probably the most important thing is engagement.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The doctor says research has shown that regular exercise is not only good for your body, but also your mind, which in turn is good for your heart health. The American Heart Association recommends 75 minutes of intense activity or between 100 and 150 minutes of light exercise every week. And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
Skies are clearing back behind last night's severe thunderstorms, but they did leave some damage in their wake. We'll have more on that damage and our severe threat for Wednesday when the KOAM Morning News returns.
Right now at 5:30, local students got a lesson on Hispanic culture with a presentation that included music and dancing.
And after a night of severe weather, we're much calmer this morning. We're going to take a look at the damage that was left behind and what our weather for today is looking like coming up.
Plus, a Tulsa neighborhood is on the hunt for a donkey owner after their donkeys escaped again.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's just coming up on 5:30. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. So as we mentioned earlier, I know a lot of folks out there probably haven't slept yet or maybe got very little sleep. We had a number of severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings across the area. We did have a radar indicated tornado last night with a storm that began in Jasper County, tracked off to the north and east. No visual confirmation, no direct visual confirmation on that as of yet, but we do have some video that was sent in to us from KOAM Shannon Becker that he says it was just to the northeast of Joplin and does appear to show that possible tornado as it moves off to the north and east. There's also a number of reports of damage. There's that, there it is. And it's very clear to make out. So again, National Weather Service survey teams will come in and make that full assessment, but it's relatively clear to make out in that video. The next question is the damage left behind in Joplin as this storm lifted off to the northeast? That's Herman Lumber. This is a billboard about 13th and Range Line in Joplin. This is a tree down in one of the neighborhoods out there. We've got a number of photos out there with damage around the 15th Street Walmart, damage to the minor damage to the 15th Street Walmart, and damage picks up. There's widespread damage across the city, but the more intense damage so far has been up toward the Duquesne area and along Range Line and out to the east. So again, there's just kind of another still shot. There it is. And if you look very closely, you can kind of see that wall cloud and what could potentially be that tornado out there. So again, National Weather Service surveys teams will be out here making the assessments. City of Joplin holding a press conference at 9 o'clock this morning to discuss the damage and what the cleanup efforts are going to look like moving forward out there. A number of down trees, power lines out there. I know a lot of folks still without power across the region. And Joplin not the only area with damage. Straight line winds swept through the area and left behind a number of damage reports, which we can show you here in just a second. There's I think I counted 21 wind damage reports across the area and 2 tornado reports in our map service area. And that's just part of what's been reported so far. And again, official assessments will be made as we head into the afternoon across the area. So there we go. There's a look at those damage reports. So there's those wind damage reports, a number of them coming in through Jasper County into Newton County out there. Unfortunately, another tornado, a significant one, touched down near the Barnsdall area in Osage County, near Skiatook, and then tracked into the Bartlesville area around in Washington County, leaving damage there. Some injuries reported, unfortunately, 1 fatality reported in the Barnsdale area as well, the Barnsdale area from those storms. We have a number of flood warnings and advisories. We've already received more rain on top of rain that we haven't fully recovered from. And then we have a severe threat as we head into our Wednesday. We'll talk about this in detail with your full forecast here in just a few minutes. But as you can see, we have that low to enhanced risk out there. Some of us a little cooler this morning. We've got upper 50s in parts of southeast Kansas, low 60s in southwest Missouri, northeast Oklahoma. Kids getting on the bus this morning, about 65, south breeze gusting to 25, partly cloudy skies, and we will clear out, still be a bit breezy this afternoon, and warm, sunny, temperatures around 77 when the bus brings them home, and that's where we're looking. Sunny skies, again, a bit breezy out there, but warm. Temperatures upper 70s, pushing close to 80, so at least getting out, making assessments on damage, and maybe doing some cleanup today. The weather will cooperate for now. But as mentioned, we have another round of strong to severe thunderstorms possible on our Wednesday. We'll take a look at that in the full forecast here in a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, students in Carthage yesterday got a lesson on Hispanic culture. One of the newest members of the Carthage School Board, Maria Sanchez, performed the presentation, which included music and dancing. The students also made their own maracas out of rice and spoons.
Always been a huge hit. The kids automatically love listening to her. They're super attentive when she's here, and she can get even my shyest, quietest students to dance like I've never seen them dance before.
The presentation was in celebration of Cinco de Mayo, which was, of course, on Sunday. La Tulsa neighborhood is on the hunt for a donkey owner. The two donkeys keep escaping their pens and running around. A neighbor said they are probably thirsty and hungry. She says the animals are generally well taken care of, even though no one knows who owns them. The previous owner died last year, and now neighbors don't know who to call when this happens. The neighbor says the donkeys return to their pen at night, but she's worried about them running into traffic during the day.
I would love first to try to find the owners because, like I said, they have taken good care of them for the 2 years we've been here, and they're happy and healthy. But it seems like something's happened, so we would love to find out who they are so we can help.
The neighbor also says if necessary, they'd be willing to take the animals to a donkey rescue to get them off the streets. That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Buckingham Palace visitors are sending their best wishes to King Charles on the one-year anniversary of his coronation. Plus, a look at the reaction of the ceasefire proposal and Israel's response from the Biden administration. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
Associates, proud partner of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Topping World Watch. Bakers in France have broken the Guinness World Records for the longest baguette ever, taking the title away from Italy. The 461-foot baguette is 235 times longer than an average-sized one. Bakers and pastry chefs cooked the bread Sunday in Paris. Prior to Sunday's win, Italy had held the Guinness World Record for 5 years. But France's world record-breaking baguette beats Italy's length by more than 25 feet. After the long, thin bread was cooked and reviewed, a majority of it went to homeless people in France. Buckingham Palace visitors are sending their best wishes to King Charles on the one-year anniversary of his coronation. Visitors are at Buckingham Palace yesterday to honor the king, but 1 year after his coronation, the royal family is on rocky ground, facing medical struggles. Within the past few months, both the king and Catherine, the Princess of Wales, revealed they each had cancer. But some United Kingdom residents are saying their health diagnoses are making the royal members more relatable. King Charles has since returned to doing his public-facing duties following his diagnosis. Well, Jordan's King Abdullah II is at the White House yesterday for a private lunch meeting with President Joe Biden. The sit-down coming the same day Hamas said it's accepted the terms of a ceasefire agreement with Israel. However, Israel is reportedly calling the move by Hamas a ruse to make Israel appear as the side that's refusing a deal. Earlier in the day, Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke by phone. All of this comes at a time when Israel appears to be edging closer to launching an offensive on the southern Gaza city of Rafah, where there's more than 1 million Palestinians that have taken refuge since the Hamas-Israel conflict broke out 7 months ago. The U.S. has staunchly condemned an attack on that area for humanitarian reasons. Look at the reaction of the ceasefire proposal and Israel's response from the Biden administration. White House correspondent Jackie Henrich has the story.
It's unclear if the ceasefire proposal Hamas claimed it agreed to Monday is aligned with what the U.S. and Israel put on the table.
We want to get these hostages out. We want to get a ceasefire in place for 6 weeks. We want to increase humanitarian assistance.
In recent days, Hamas reportedly made clear, according to Egyptian officials, its demand to fully end the war with complete Israeli withdrawal in return for the release of all hostages. After Israel announced it began targeted operations in Rafah, the U.S. making clear it stands by its allies' key goal, despite opposing a large-scale operation that would endanger Palestinian civilians.
Is the U.S. still aligned with Israel in its intention to eliminate the terrorist threat posed by Hamas?
Of course. I've said many times here, you're not going to eliminate an ideology through military operations. But does Israel have a right and responsibility to eliminate the threat that they suffered on the 7th of October? 100%, absolutely they do.
U.S. officials would not say whether the latest volley by Hamas may be part of a public pressure campaign to make Israel look like the aggressor and get the U.S. to back off support for its ally.
Mr. President, what was your message to Netanyahu?
But following reports the administration withheld an arms shipment to Israel, congressional Republicans have their view.
It sounds suspiciously like an info operation trying to win a PR war because Hamas knows it can't win a military war against Israel. As long as Joe Biden, the Democratic Party, keeps putting pressure on Israel, it makes Hamas that much less likely to actually agree to release any of these hostages.
Jordan's King Abdullah, who met privately with President Biden at the White House today, released a statement saying an Israeli attack on Rafah threatens to lead to, quote, a new massacre. Notable caution coming from a key regional ally.
And that's a look at some of the biggest headlines from around the world. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 5:44 now on this Tuesday morning. Still a number of folks without power out there, a lot of power lines, trees down, a number of damage reports stretching from parts of southeastern Kansas, northeast Oklahoma, and then up through Jasper County, where there's that possibility that we may have had a tornado touchdown somewhere in between Joplin and Carthage out there. And of course, National Weather Service teams will make that assessment. Real quick, I wanted to show you the flood warnings and advisories we have. We've already had a lot of rain. Some areas haven't even fully recovered, and so we have additional flood warnings out there. And here's why. Especially south of I-44, you can see where some areas picked up upwards of 5 inches. Some heavier rain out in Elk County as well, and into southeastern Kansas, anywhere from 3, 4, upwards of 5 inches out there. So we've needed the rain, but boy, we're just getting too much in too short a time, and we're not done with rain or with thunderstorm chances as of yet. Now again, this thunderstorm zone that's highlighted for today is really for what was remaining from this morning. This area will very likely go away at the next update, which is roughly around 8 a.m. However, tomorrow we have that elevated to enhanced risk for strong to severe thunderstorms across the area, with a cold front that's expected to slide through starting tomorrow morning. As for today, though, Mother Nature giving us a break, allowing us an opportunity to assess the damage and start doing some cleanup work out there. As we're going to be clear, we're going to see skies clear pretty quickly this morning. We're going to have a gusty southwest wind, occasionally upwards of 25, but otherwise sunny skies and temperatures upper 70s, pushing close to 80 degrees. Overnight, not bad either, a little bit on the cool side, so we go into the upper 50s, and then by tomorrow morning, we're expecting that front. Now, the future track right now has kind of cleared the thunderstorm chances by about 8, but I do think that by 8 o'clock, we're going to start to see a few isolated to widely scattered showers and storms out there. It's kind of pushed them back a little bit, but still, even by 10, we're going to have these scattered storms out there, and they'll be persisting with us into the early afternoon. We could see some redevelopment along this cold front. You can see the wind shift line here, and that cold front could trigger some additional showers and thunderstorms south of I-44 as well. All of these thunderstorms will have that possibility to be strong to severe. Now, at this time, damaging wind is the primary concern, as well as some large hail, but an isolated tornado threat cannot be ruled out at this point. So we're going to have to keep a close eye on these storms as we head into our Wednesday as well. So again, we'll be watching these very closely for you. Right now, a little bit cooler out there in parts of southeast Kansas, mid-upper 50s, and as you head a little further south and east, a pinch warmer, as we're in the low to mid 60s out there in parts of Missouri, Arkansas, and into Oklahoma. Today, again, clouds begin to clear as we head through the morning. In fact, already beginning to do so. And we'll make about 73 by 11 o'clock this morning. And again, aside from that occasional gusty wind out there out of the southwest, again pushing 25, a pretty decent day across the area. Sunny skies and temperatures, again, upper 70s, right around 80 degrees. And we head into this evening, maybe a stray cloud here or there in the evening. Otherwise, clear skies and again, a little bit cooler than where we have been here lately. Mid-upper 50s for our overnight lows out there. So again, not bad, but a little cooler. And then as we head into our Wednesday, now between storms, temperature is going to be warm again into the upper 70s, pushing close to 80. But we've got to watch it for those that potential for strong to severe thunderstorms on our Wednesday. That cold front during the day won't have a big punch on our temperatures, but as it works through later in the evening, it will make it much cooler, maybe even some upper 40s tomorrow night. And then we'll be into the low 70s, a little closer to normal, maybe a wee bit below, but we're going to be sunny and clear as we head into the weekend. So we got a pretty nice weekend, nice few days after tomorrow's storms. Not a bad start to the week, and then we'll warm back up upper 70s, low 80s with more storm chances next Tuesday and Wednesday. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Honoring the
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
In Middle Tennessee, one crossing guard's job in Rutherford County doesn't just stop at traffic. He's stopping hearts with his infectious spirit and dedications in a creative way. Kelsey Gibbs has more on a local legend known widely for his impressive fashion.
When I drive in the morning, he's the first one that I see because I get to work around 7 o'clock. Miss Barnes, hey, will you send Landon?
You can only catch him before and after school.
It was the first holiday that I noticed him. He's been there every day, every morning.
Hey, my friend. And just by a motion of his hand, he can stop you right in your tracks.
You want to go across? When that car go, you go.
Meet Lenzo Thompson.
All right, thank you.
Lenzo is usually the first and last face students and staff see before they enter and exit the school.
Hello. What up, brother? Hey, brother, how you doing? It's good to be out here. Sure. And thank you, sir.
Lenzo has been a crossing guard for Rutherford County Schools for 2 years.
What's up, dog? What's up? What's up?
And he likes to dress to impress.
Hello. Hi.
And yes,
thank you.
He is wearing his birthday suit.
Hey, happy birthday.
My daughter just started going here this year, and ever since we started, he's always out there no matter what occasion it is.
All the kids and stuff, I just want to bring some kind of enjoyment, to them before they got to the school and make sure they got across safely. You got to be careful out here.
The Rutherford County Sheriff's Office says he is simply the best.
Going from 55 to 20 is not very easy.
Lenzo comes to work sick. Lenzo, doesn't matter if it's raining, cold, hot, Lenzo's there and he does it with a smile on his face.
Thank you.
Lenzo says he has dressed up for every special holiday while on duty.
Thank you, thank you. Let's see, I was Santa Claus, I was Cupid, I was the Easter Bunny, and the Leprechaun for St. Patrick's Day. The kids seem to be enjoying it, the parents seem to be enjoying it, so let's keep it going for every holiday.
He brings joy.
People honk, they're fun.
It's really nice to see him out there.
The Easter Bunny is a fan favorite.
Him wearing this thick Easter Bunny outfit in April. He's got the bunny ears going up.
That was my favorite.
Hilarious.
It makes sitting in this line a little bit more fun every day, so it's nice.
Best day! You too.
But today...
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Y'all have a good day, okay?
He's getting all the birthday love.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
It can often be a thankless job.
They got me a donut with sprinkles. Because somebody said that I'm better than sprinkles, I'm better than the glazed donut.
But Lenzo is there to keep our kids safe.
You never appreciate a job until you actually do the job. A lot of the crossing guard people get a lot of bad rep, but it's a hard job to do.
But he makes it look so easy.
Thank you. All right, thank you.
You can tell that he really enjoys what he does.
See you, love. Thank you. I really appreciate you letting your kids wave at me. That just makes my day.
The Rutherford County Sheriff's Office recently honored Lenzo with 2 coins for his hard work and dedication. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Welcome to the Webb City Farmers Market, where community thrives and freshness flourishes.
In honoring these anchors and their remarkable mothers.
A hypothetical question develops into a viral battle of the sexes when women were asked, would you rather be alone in the woods with a man or a bear? Plenty of women chose the bear. And one TikTok video on this topic, which was viewed nearly 17 million times, 7 of 8 women said they'd pick the bear. When women were asked about their decision, many responded with a variation of, unlike a man, females know what dangers they would face with a bear. Critics of these videos and the question say this is just an excuse to shower blame on men. Today is the perfect day to give an apple to your favorite teacher. Today is National Teacher Day, and it's celebrated on the Tuesday of the first full week of May. This year, that is May 7th. Former First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt championed National Teacher Day back in 1953 as a way to honor teachers. Educators with the National Education Association solidified the date with a vote. Meanwhile, the National Parent Teacher Association established the entire first full week of May as National Teacher Appreciation Week. That gives you several days to say thank you to all your teachers for their dedication to educating us all.
Of course, our teachers are why we're here and why we're able to warn you about severe weather, bring you the day's news, and also let you know when Mother Nature is going to cooperate with us. And at least today, she's going to do so. After last night's storms, we get a bit of a break to again assess the damage, start some cleanup out there. We're going to be partly cloudy initially. We're going to be a bit breezy as well. Southwest winds gusting upwards of 25 miles an hour, 73 by 11, and that is ahead of clearing skies. We'll be sunny, breezy by this afternoon. We're looking at highs upper 70s, right about 80 degrees today. And as we head into the evening, maybe a stray cloud or two. Otherwise, clear skies, a little on the cool side, mid upper 50s, but not that bad. Unfortunately, Mother Nature only giving us one day before we get several more days. We are keeping our eye on strong to severe thunderstorm chances on our Wednesday starting in the morning, let's say around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning at this point with the cold front. So we have to keep an eye on that. Otherwise, upper 70s out there. Once that cold front rolls through in the evening, we do cool back. We're going to be in the low 70s as we head into the weekend, but we are sunny, we are calm. We'll start to warm back up again next week, upper 70s, low 80s with more storm chances by next Tuesday and Wednesday. That's a check of your forecast. We're back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.